the internet today. Let's see if we can actually get some level, modicum of a stable live stream up on the internet. Our internet in our neighborhood where I do the show has just been flaky in the last week, and put one of those in the house, which several friends of mine tell me I really need to do. We'll see. At any event, we got to get into other stuff. Fall is coming back. They're going to start at the end of July. You may be able to, in some capacity, see a Braves game before the year's out. There will, in any sort of capacity, you've got the Nationals hanging out there as last year's champs, and no one wants the Nationals to continue to be world. You got to do something. And, of course, we need the Braves back in town. Although, I got to tell you, I went to the Rocky Patel cigar store was still closed, but pretty much everything else was open. The restaurants, most of them were to go, but you could sit outside, you could have a beer, you could eat. It was a nice setup at the Battery in Atlanta. Not nearly as nice. We got other stuff that we've got to talk about, including, did you know that the band of hooligans have taken over by force the property around? It is a dump. I mean, at least the hipsters in Seattle took nice property. This is the burned out remnants of a Wendy's where they're not letting you come in. It's like some sort of commune from hell that they've got going on there. It's ridiculous. And it's only that one little area. It's not getting a lot of attention. But, you know, the police don't want to go by there. By the way, one of the police officers involved in the shooting in Atlanta is speaking out. Not the one in jail, the other one, Brosnan, who he made bond. And he said he's not did everything by the book. So did Officer Roth. They did everything by the book. Yes, he did have his foot on Rayshard Brooks, but it was standard police training. He didn't know Rayshard Brooks' condition, and he was afraid Rayshard did everything by the book. And I think he's actually right. He did do everything by the book. And we're going to have to show these police officers a modicum of grace here. There are some people who are really firing this up, and we need to dive into wokeness. Some of it's slightly repetitive from previous things we have talked about, but I'm starting to see a bunch of churches embrace the idea of wokeness. And man, your church, you'll either get heaven or you'll get hell on earth. You're not going to get heaven on earth. And some of them want to try, and it is going to end really badly for them. This whole idea of empathy, you know, we're supposed to be empathetic. If you're a Christian, Scripture teaches that Christ was tempted in every way you're tempted, and he never never gave empathetic and sympathetic to you because he lived a life like you. But what we're seeing now is the world and the world are not ultimately compatible, but you got a lot of the church among others. I want to delve into this wokeness, the sin of wokeness, when we